So this video is about two Nintendo 64 related things, and so yeah, the video is a little bit retro, I guess you could say. And the first thing I'd actually want to show you quickly is this that I came across, and it's actually a Nintendo 64 promotion VHS video, and it's designed to look like the N64's actual box that it came in as well. And it says on the back, the only 64-bit games console, the only console with 4-player built-in, the only console with analog joystick built-in, the only console where you can play the best games. Well, that's a bit subjective, I think, but there's definitely some good games on the Nintendo 64. And I've actually had a look at the cassette, and there isn't much tape on the cassette. Oops, pardon me. And yeah, there's not much tape on the cassette, but I've not watched it either. It's probably only on a couple of minutes just to promote the 64, that's what it's for. So the other thing I wanted to show you is Electronic Gaming Monthly's Player Guide to Nintendo 64 Video Games. And my brother actually got this for me back in like the mid-90s, £4 the looks of it, because I actually had a Japanese Nintendo 64, and I managed to get 119 stars out of 20, and I couldn't find the last one, and this had a guide in, so he picked this up for me so I could find the last one. So yeah, basically this magazine is just introducing and showing you all about the Nintendo 64, explaining everything that goes into making one, and how the graphics on these consoles, you know, were created and so on. And if I do this, because the camera quality is actually quite clear, you could probably have a quick read of this if you paused it. Yeah, so it's telling you about the system itself there, and the chip, and what everything means. And what's also cool is, at the corner of each page there's this Mario being burnt by Bowser flip image. So yeah, it shows you the controller and what's inside it and everything there. There's also a Pilot Wings one there as well, inside the Nintendo. Again, more of the Nintendo 64's insides. And there's the difference between the European box and the Japanese box. We used to have about 3 Japanese ones. I really like the neon kind of design that they had. And here it actually shows you the speculation whether you will be able to play US carts in a Japanese console, if you can file them down like you could with this SNES. And here's a little explanation about the memory expansion pack. And this is a cool advert here, advertising Mario 64. On September the 30th, dinosaurs will fly, because obviously, as Mario, you picked up Bowser by his tail and swung him around and threw him into bombs in Mario 64. And yeah, there's just a bit. Yeah, this is actually like a history page actually. So if I do skim like this, you'll see, because I've got a clear quality, you could actually pause and read about the history of this. It's pretty interesting. I mean, when I was younger I never bothered to read any of this, but so it didn't make no sense to me, but now I'm a bit older, it's quite interesting to read. So I'm going to hurry this up a little bit. Again, more of the history of it all here. I'm not going to go through all of this though. And here's just a look at the cartridge. This is about the various graphic styles and how they worked with the N64 and everything to get the most of it they could. This is a Pilot Wings 64 guide, but I'm not going to bother with this. It'll take too much time up. More about graphics there. And this is the Mario 64 guide that my brother got me this for. And it goes course by course. it's a really good guide reading through. As I say, I only needed it for 1 star, but it is really well laid out and done. So I'm going to skip to the end of this Mario guide, because we don't need to see it. And then here, the Game Boy, Shigeru Miyamoto. Shigeru Dr. Miyamoto, designing games the way they ought to be. That's what he used to do anyway. People might wonder if he's doing it with the Wii, but whatever. So yeah, there's some more just information about him there. Nothing interesting there. And this is just a look at the games that are going to be coming out in the future, which is obviously the past now. So this was a quick look at Wave Race 64, and it was going to be released in October. Mario Kart 64, and it's always interesting to look at these pictures because they're beta images and such before the game actually came out. Like, you can't be Magic Cooper in the released game, and actually the back graphics look quite bad on this older version of Mario Kart, so it's good that they worked on it more. Shadows of the Empire, it's like one of the only Star Wars expansion things I really enjoy. I think that's a really good game, Shadows of the Empire. The only problem is the controls feel a bit off sometimes and the camera angles, but other than that I think that's a really good game. Cruising USA, I'm not into car games, so I can't really comment on that one. Star Fox 64, I loved that. I had it with the Rumble Pack. I wish they'd make a new one. Body Harvest, a lot of people seem to like that game, but I've played it and I've never particularly thought it was that good, but I guess you would have had to have played it at the time of its release to enjoy it. Blast Corps, I've never played that. Killer Instinct, I don't know what people think about that. I know people like the SNES one, but I don't know about the 64. Same with Mortal Kombat, I've never been into that particular fighting series. Hockey game, Top Gear Rally, Mission Impossible, Freak Boy. That's an interesting looking game. Everything looks really pixelated and brightly coloured. I don't know if that even got released in the end. It says that Freak Boy's graphics are looking better each day with high quality textures and great usage of colour. Turok Dinosaur Hunter, Robotech Crystal Dreams, I don't know if that came out here or not. Doom 64, GoldenEye 007, everybody knows that game. Ultra Combat, never heard of it. NBA game, War Gods, looks a bit obscure, I must say, and pretty crap actually. And just a couple more previews here, just in pictures. We used to have that in baseball game as a Japanese copy, but we got rid of it because we didn't play baseball. It just came with the Japanese 64. Tetrasphere, Yoshi Island 64, which would be Yoshi's Story. Doraemon 64. And I think ripped page, and this is just a little page at the back telling you about Nintendo. Now they've gone online with the internet, because it was when the internet was taking off and various things started to get their own websites and everything, so this is just telling you about that really. Pretty interesting. So yeah, that's just a quick look at that magazine. I've always liked this magazine, well designed and very colourful. So I'll leave you with Mario.